Now, if I had to start from zero in 2026, this is exactly what I would do in order to build wealth as a business owner in the United States of America. So who am I? My name is Credit Kofi. I basically am a funding specialist, and I teach you guys the cool rules that they don't teach you at school so you can use the system and not let the system use you. Let's get it. So I'm actually speaking from experience here. I had an e-commerce business for 15 years, took me all around the world, lived in Colombia, Dominican Republic, Ghana, United States, traveled to China on a regular basis, etc., etc. Picked up a few bad habits on the way, but we're not going to get into all of that. So I had that business, started it, ran it, took me all around the world, and it crashed after 15 years. So I have had to build, and I am even going through the real rebuilding process, because from that I learned about business credit and funding, which is basically what has in essence got me back on my feet. So if I woke up 2026, had $0, zero credit, zero connection, zero safety net, zero funding, okay, what I'm going to do on this video is I'm going to give you the blueprint of how to rebuild wealth, but not just only how to rebuild your wealth, how to rebuild your wealth if you're a business owner, obviously in the United States of America, how to build your wealth fast. Not just fast, but faster than anything you've ever experienced before. Now in this video, my promise to you is by the end of this video, you're gonna have strategies on exactly how to do that. Let's get into it. Listen man, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but the old times have changed. The old rules are gone, dead and gone. Inflation killed them. AI has basically replaced them, and it's even replacing people. You heard about all the job cuts with Amazon, etc., etc. Banks have basically rewritten them, and it's a whole new world out there. So with it being a whole new world, you need to play with a whole new form or formulate a whole new set of rules. Now, step one, which is what I've just mentioned, all the things that are failing, which people are trying or are not trying, or they're just stuck in old times, is exactly the reason why they're staying broke, and is one of the reasons why you're not going to pay attention to any of that stuff, and one of the reasons why you're going to be able to build your wealth or build up from ground zero very, very quickly. And one of the key things is they chase money before they actually calculate what their freedom is actually going to cost them. And I'm going to get into what I mean. So if I basically had to start from zero, my first move would be to look at my money, okay? And my first move would not necessarily be to make money, okay? So my first move would be to understand or have the definition of exactly the number that I want that buys me freedom, okay? That's where I want to start, and that's exactly where I started. Because here's the thing, when you understand your freedom number, basically your financial decisions become a lot more aggressive, and your financial decisions also, they are clearer and they're more obvious. You can basically see things with a lot more clarity. Now you may be thinking to yourself, this is complicated. How do I figure out what my number is? But to figure out what your number is only takes around about 60 seconds. Here's the plan, here's the guide, I'm gonna show you. The number that predicts your financial future with creepy accuracy. So there's one singular number that's gonna help you to get to your wealth quicker, or by leaving it out or ignoring it, you're just gonna be exhausted and you're going to be basically running around in circles. So your freedom budget in essence is the monthly cost of your ideal life. Not your survival budget, okay, but your ideal life. So you've already got to have an idea up here of what that ideal life is. Is it a beach resort home? Is it living near a beach resort? Is it living on a beach resort? Is it living in, I don't know, exotic island like San Andres? Wherever it may be, you've got to have a picture and a clear idea of what that's going to cost you. Is it $100,000? Is it $50,000? Whatever it may be. Once you've got an idea of that, then your freedom number is simply this. So it's your annual lifestyle cost times 25. That is it. Nothing complicated. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, why in the hell 25? Because once you hit that total, you're sustainable, okay? You can basically pull out 4% if you want a year, okay? And really, you're financially independent. And don't take my word for it. You do the calculation once you have your freedom number, and you'll see. And that's the number that you want to work towards. Now, it may seem impossible to get to it, but what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to take you through a few things that are out there, opportunities that are out there, so you can get to that number. Now, business owners out there, Accumulated together, all the time that they waste eons, because of the fact that they never understand or never define what their target is. So they almost work like 9-to-5 workers in this hamster wheel cycle. Okay, they don't build systems. They're working in the business, on the business, doing everything: the cook, bottle washer, the cleaner, etc., etc. I could reel off a number of things because I've been through it. So after defining your number, you've got your number, you've done all your calculations. Here's what I would do in order to start over. I'd simply do this. I would build just one value skill, and I'd build that value skill fast in 2026, okay? The economy is desperate. It's desperately seeking for rewards. It's desperately seeking for things, for products, for services, especially during this era of AI. The world, in essence, basically values things in a completely different way to what it was in 5 years. And if you're thinking to yourself, how? That's simply because of the fact that you're in a position where you're not looking at opportunities, and opportunities are everywhere. Now, in this era, honing in on a skill can basically replace a college degree, okay? It can replace decades of experience because you now have AI, which you can use as experience. So if I had no money, no job, no degree in 2026, we're living in an era where you're not really rewarded for diplomas, okay? You're rewarded for skills, and skills that you've basically stacked. This is one of the reasons why you're seeing so many youngsters online making 6 figures, 7 figures, etc., etc., because they intrinsically understand this. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, what could that one skill be? You could go into data analytics, you could go into finance, you could go into sales, you could go into AI prompting, or you could go into AI overall, or utilize AI in order to build a business. Content creation, paid ads, coding, building a credit and funding consultancy like I am. The opportunities are limitless. Now, once you've done that to 3x, 4x, 5x your results, you can basically use AI to speed up your results, because one person can leverage into 10 people by way of AI. And if you don't understand what AI systems are out there, it's just simply a Google search, or even a ChatGPT search, or a YouTube search away in order to find AI tools that are usable for your particular niche. So if I could only choose one move in order to build my wealth from zero in 2026, okay, this is what it would be. Now, most business owners out there overlook the fact that you can accelerate your income 3x, 5x instantly. Now, how can you do that? So the key is, and this is going to sound weird when I say this, earning dollars or earning pounds and accumulate costs in other people's cost of living. Sounds complicated, sounds intricate. I'm going to explain to you how this is done and basically how I do it. Now, in essence, this is a massive cheat code, okay, in order to make money. So I hire in territories that provide really high standards, but their cost of living is lower. It's basically cheaper there. Places like the Philippines, places like South America, India, etc., etc. Now, I use platforms like Fiverr. I use platforms like Upwork. I use platforms like onlinejobs.ph, I think it is. There's LinkedIn. There's a whole bundle of them. Basically, there's remote job boards, there's YouTube, there's TikTok. You can get loads of these workers. I think another one is called B2B Outreach as well. Now, when your income becomes, let's say, global, you're earning globally, or even if you're only earning nationally, okay, in the United States of America, you can basically experience an influx of money coming in because your costs are lower, because you're hiring people from these other territories. Now, that gap basically makes you a more powerful engine because you can chug along a lot faster, and on top of that, a lot cheaper. So here's the wealth rule that 99% of business owners break, okay? And it's really and truly, in my opinion, the only one that matters. So if I had to start from ground zero, okay, here's another rule that I would put into place, okay? Now, this one rule basically guarantees that you never ever go broke again. Now, here's the thing, every wealthy entrepreneur follows it, but every struggling entrepreneur ignores it. Now, what I would do is I would automate investing before upgrading my lifestyle. Now, what do I mean by that? So even if I was only earning a few thousand, I would invest in things. I would invest in things like the S&P 500 index fund. I would invest in global equities. I would invest a little bit in Bitcoin allocation, and I would definitely invest in an emergency fund and also business reserves. Kind of goes without saying. The thing is, wealth grows quietly, okay? But then it appears suddenly. And then what would I do? I would eliminate anything that drains my momentum. So this is not just monetary, it's to do with individuals as well. We should be doing that right from the start, in actual fact. But I wouldn't have things like high interest debt. I wouldn't have destructive spending, bad financial influences, people who talk but yet they don't necessarily produce. And then finally, the ultimate move, the one step that turns struggle into freedom in under 6 months. So if you want to go from surviving, okay, to thriving in 2026, basically the final step is, in my opinion, humble opinion, that changed everything for me, is the following. By month 6 to year 1, I'd build a second income stream. Now that doesn't mean building a completely separate industry. Once you've got cash coming in, you understand your marketplace, right? So you can build an income stream within that income stream. You already understand the marketplace, and the marketplace doesn't just want one thing within your industry. A lot of people think to themselves, multiple streams of industry or multiple streams of income, I should say, are gotten from an entrepreneur having a laundromat, a Bitcoin business, a property portfolio, etc., etc. But they have an industry, so I'm into business funding. A big part of business funding is credit repair. So how else could you do this within your industry, which you've created an income stream? Digital assets. You could do consulting, you could do freelancing, you could do content creation, you could do some sort of brokeraging deal within your industry. You could do affiliate income. You could do AI powered services, because AI is the gamut. It runs the full gamut around all industries nowadays. You could do reoccurring retainers. You know, the world is your oyster as far as your industry is concerned. So here's the thing: one income stream keeps you alive. Let's say you've got 2 income streams. That creates more stability. Let's say you've got 3. You create 3 income streams. Now you're creating freedom. You can sit on that beach in Colombia. Well, Colombia might not be your best place. Dominican Republic or Saint-Tropez, and just chill. Yeah, because you've got the money flowing in from 3 different industries. The average millionaire has 7 income streams. Listen, man, I enjoyed this video so much. I may make a number 2. Let me know what you think. If you want to see a number 2, then by all means, I'll make a number 2. Ben Kofi, aka Credit Kofi, teaching you the cool rules that they don't teach you at school, so you can use the system and not let the system use you. I'm out. See you soon. Bye.